One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet whom millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
The most serious charge.
Dave Amberg, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Anna.
By way of his background, in 2002, as the United States Attorney mentioned, the subject was charged and convicted in North Carolina for possession of a weapon of mass destruction. Law enforcement checks also revealed that from 1997 to 2010, the subject had numerous felony charges for stolen goods. I can also share with you that he was the subject of a previously closed 2019 tip to the FBI where it was alleged he was a felon in possession of a firearm. In following up on the tip, the alleged complainant was interviewed and did not verify, I repeat, did not verify providing the initial information. The FBI passed that information to local law enforcement in Honolulu.
Did he have any, to your knowledge, any ties to Martin County or the Treasure Coast?
Yeah, to my knowledge, does he have any ties to Martin County? I think the answer, to my knowledge, the answer is no, I have no knowledge. I think what we're finding out, he's not from this area, which of course raises the bigger question is, how does a guy from not here get all the way to Trump International, realize that the president, former president of the United States is golfing, and is able to get a rifle in that vicinity? I think that's the question the FBI, the Secret Service are laser focused on today. Is this guy part of a conspiracy? Is he a lone gunman? If he's a lone gunman, President Trump is that much safer because we have him. But if he's part of a conspiracy, then this whole thing really takes on a very ominous tone.
Sure.
So there's an inevitable sit down with protectees across the Secret Service spectrum about open air events. This is going to happen. I guarantee you. The question I can't answer right now is whether each protectee is going to go with the program. In other words, will Donald Trump, if encouraged by the Secret Service to stop golfing, or to change golf courses or do something, that's far more protected, will he abide by that? I think in these remaining weeks, I would take the advice of security professionals, whatever they say, but we're already living in a society where our nominees, our vice presidential nominees, are speaking from behind bullet-resistant glass at open-air rallies. How far can this go? How far can we fund, if at all, the Secret Service to put numerous drones up to see an aerial shot of golf courses, concerts, rallies? Is this going to become the norm? Where is the perimeter? Because the more you move a perimeter out, we're already hearing that this shooter was on the fence line or behind the fence line of the golf course. Where do you put your perimeter? How many agents, how many police officers will you need? Do you need an entire, square acre? Do you need miles of perimeter? These are questions that almost can't be answered because they're cost prohibitive and resource prohibitive.
I can answer that question pretty easily. Whatever it takes. We're talking about the President of the United States. That's an easy question to answer. Whatever it takes. If we can afford to send hundreds, maybe hundreds of billions of dollars over to some country over there, I don't care what it costs to protect our president. And just so you know, not being a hypocrite, that includes Dementia Joe or whoever else is on that side, and Obama and whoever else is still living, Carter and Bush. Whatever it takes. That's the answer to the question. MSNBC, these guys are absolutely nuts. Oh, we're not sure if we can do that. How far are we going to do this? What are we going to do about that? Whatever it takes. I'm sure if you get Eric Prince from Blackwater involved, he'll tell you exactly what you need. The fact that you have to wonder that our Secret Service and FBI can't come up with a plan, man, that pretty much tells me all I need to know right there. You're telling me that your guys can't friggin' do it. I don't know how much it's going to cost. This is 2024. I'm pretty sure we could probably put together a huddle of some of the best protective services personnel in the world. It would take them probably about 24 hours at most to go, here's your plan. We're going to circle this, we're going to do that, and we're going to put a right there. There's your plan. How much does it cost? Don't care. Write the check. Don't care. You've already told us you're flying people in from other countries all over the place. How much does that cost? You're sending money over to Zelensky over and over and over again. How much does that cost? Well, here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to pull back some of that money from that stuff we keep sending to this idiot over there. Yeah, we're going to pull that back and we're going to put that at Donald Trump. Problem solved. Problem solved. And then we're going to get rid of these idiots who are learning how to be protective agents via Zoom. Zoom, they're doing webinars. Okay, so when thing A happens, so you're telling me they have no field experience. There's your problem. It's not about getting the right people, getting the right men and or women. No, it's not about that. It's your hiring practices and what you've done to the Secret Service, what you've done to the FBI. There's people capable. There are people capable of making this thing happen. There are people across the world in different agencies that can make this happen. And I don't understand why we're being told, well, it's the resources are tight. What are we going to do about these drones? Oh my gosh, and the money. You've seen movies, and I've seen movies as well. Sorry, I'm getting clicked on here. And in those movies, they tell you, guy goes to the hospital, and what do they say? What's the first thing they say? Treat him like they're the president. They don't ask you, wow, how much is it going to cost per night for you to take care of my kid? I don't want to know. I don't care. Do whatever it flippin' takes. And we've got idiot people on television going, I don't know if we can afford this stuff. Tells you where their head is. Tells you where their head is. So he's due to go live at 8 o'clock, as I told you in the previous quick show. I think he's going to go scorched earth. So if you haven't watched a X space before, let me just tell you what an X space is. An X space is, it's going to be audio. I have a little background video that I play along with it, but he's going to be speaking. And he's going to be speaking from his studio, dining room, office, wherever, right here in Mar-a-Lago. He's going to be talking to the people directly. I don't need Fox. I don't need MSNBC. I don't need CNN. I'm going to talk to the people directly. I don't think it's going to have video. If it's going to have video, fantastic. We'll play the video. Whatever it is, you're going to see and hear it. If it has video, you will see it. If it has just audio, you will hear it. Hopefully, there's no technical difficulties in Mar-a-Lago, that he's got everything taken care of. And last time, he and Elon went for about 2.5 hours. From what I understand, this is just him this time. I don't think he's bringing out anybody else but himself. I could be wrong. We will definitely hear, but I expect him to go scorched earth. So, in that last quick half-hour video that we did, that half-hour show that was supposed to be like an hour and a half, I'm going to take some comments because you guys kind of got gypped out of talking to each other as to what's going on. Here we go. They can afford to give $1,000. Good point. Oh, did I hit the wrong thing? Uh-oh. Wait a second. I hit the wrong thing, so I've got to do this because I switched show things, and I went to... Okay, 1 second here. I've got to get the right thing. Do I have it here? Okay, this is easy. Okay, go here. Boom. All right, so this should be it. Let me see what here. Trump should. Does it come up? There we go. Just had the wrong input. Trump should lay low and let JD and others do the campaigning. You're not going to tell this tiger blood alpha male to just chill. Ain't going to happen. Just forget that. He's got to do whatever. Matter of fact, just to let you know, we got a rally tomorrow. They have not canceled it. Let's see. No, not tomorrow. Where's the next one? Yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday the 17th. He's got a town hall in Flint, Michigan, which we'll be carrying live. So I don't think he's gonna, bow down to anybody. He's gonna keep pushing. The question is, this could happen anywhere if there's a mole in the government. I just saw a video. Didn't have time to produce it. I'll save it for the next time, maybe tomorrow before the rally, the town hall. Nobody knew he was going to be there. And I just want some of you guys who maybe aren't military, ladies who aren't military, understand this kind of thing. If he doesn't have a published schedule, there are very, very few people who know where he is and what he's going to be doing. So this guy flew over from Oahu, somehow obtained a gun with a filed off serial number, somehow got a vehicle with fake plates, and went to this golf course and waited for 12 hours. Don't know if he was doing any reconnaissance, don't know if he was laying in the bush, but he was waiting for 12 hours. He was waiting for 12 hours at a place where he had no idea Trump would even be at, supposedly. In addition to that, he was at a spot where he had no idea what time Trump teed off so that he would be at hole number 5 or 6 at that specific time. What if Trump went to Jupiter? What if Trump went to Doral? What if Trump went any place other than West Palm Beach? You're telling me this guy would have just been laying in the grass, hoping and praying that maybe Trump's going to drive by? No. Somebody tipped him off as to where Trump was going to be. It was a last-minute decision. He had not planned on going golfing that morning, and he didn't know if he was going to be at the West Palm Beach Club. That was a very closely held secret. Nobody needs to know what he's doing. He lives in Mar-a-Lago. People are getting on me because I said Mar-a-Lago. Drives over and says, let's play a round of golf with a buddy of his. Right? Okay. Who knew that? Who knew that he left his house and was driving to Mar-a-Lago to have a round of golf? I mean, driving to West Palm Beach to have a round of golf. Who knew that? Who knew what time he was going? Somebody obviously had related to this guy that sometime today, because he was there for 12 hours, he got there the night before. Why would you go there the night before, 2 o'clock in the morning? And I don't know if any of you understand what's going on down here in South Florida this time of year, but you're telling me this guy hung out in the bush, hot, wet, bugs, and just some ordinary nut? Now, they said they pinged his cell phone in the area. It doesn't necessarily mean he was in the bush. He could have been, riding around, sleeping in his car, anything. But he was nearby, waiting. And he waited. And he waited for 12 hours. And then thought to himself, you know what? I've been here since 2 o'clock in the morning. What I should probably do is get ready and stage right here on the 5th or 6th hole and get ready to do my deed. Because I'm pretty sure I'm thinking, all right, so I've been here since 2 o'clock in the morning. Seems about the right time. He maybe teed off at 7, 8 o'clock. I have no idea. I don't know if, what's he doing? Is he playing some sort of game with the betting, and maybe they're hitting holes over, and they're doing mulligans, and no, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be coming by here. What are the chances? What are the chances that this guy knew that he was going to be at that golf course at that time, approaching hole number 5 or 6, can't remember which one it was, and he would be available to be a target 500 yards away? The more I say it, doesn't it just make you go, this is crazy. This doesn't make no sense. A guy comes from Oahu. He's known to be a mercenary. You heard the tapes earlier. The FBI knew this guy. Why is it that all these nut jobs, the FBI is previously aware of them? Really? You knew this one too? Yeah, we knew this guy. We've been checking him out for some time. Oh, okay. Why is it every single one of them? Oh, yeah, he was on our radar too. Yeah. There's never any strangers to the FBI. It's always some guy that they had investigated before who was some idiot and was doing it. So you're telling me this guy flew from Oahu, gets on a plane, name doesn't ping. I go someplace and they want to do everything but just stick their hands up my butt. So this guy, who you know is a mercenary, flies over here from Oahu. Maybe he stopped someplace else on the way. But as he's coming through and they're checking him through security, nothing goes off that this guy here, hey man, you might want to take a look at him. Nothing goes off. How often does that happen with you guys when you have to, basically get strip searched because you're not, hey, something popped up on the computer here. No, not this guy. He's fine. Just go ahead. Okay. Then somehow when he gets here, we don't know when he got here, how long he's been here, where he's been staying. No, you're not getting that kind of information right now, but Ron DeSantis will get it. So we don't know any of this stuff. 24 hours later, was he checked in a hotel? Was he in a sleeping bag? Where was he? And then he shows up with a scraped off serial number on a weapon. Don't know where that came from. Was the car stolen, or did he just decide to change the plates for some reason? He drives, parks in front of the golf course, waits. Sees these guys shooting at him, goes, whew, man, that could have been dangerous. Those guys, good thing those guys suck at shooting. It's a good thing that, I can shoot from 500 yards, but those guys can't. So I'm cool. I'm going to leave now. All right, so it didn't work out. Whoever, hey, sorry, it didn't work. He hops in a car. Drives that car basically 20-something miles to Martin County. Martin County is north of West Palm Beach. It takes you can get there in 20 minutes if you're hauling ass. He gets up there, gets pulled over. The fake license plate gets pinged, and they pull him over. You can't make that in a Hollywood script. You seriously can't make that up in a Hollywood script. Johnny Cole says those ceramic breastplates ain't cheap. Yeah, you're right. How did he get a gun on the plane? DeSantis will do more than the feds. Exactly. Brylan Riggs just showed a BlackRock commercial with this new guy in it. Now, I've seen that, and they're like, oh, it's not a BlackRock commercial. It was a commercial for the Azov military guys over in Ukraine, but what? Did you produce it? Did you put it out? Yeah. And this guy happened to be in it. Yeah. But it wasn't for us. I got you. The other one was specifically for BlackRock. I shouldn't say that too loud because we don't know who's listening. But anyway, he shows up in a BlackRock produced commercial. The first thing CNN did is they tried it. He who kneels before the Lord can stand before anyone. You write that. They charged him with 2 gun charges. That will be a slap on the wrist. Like I said in one of my tweets, just why don't you just announce when this guy's getting out? I'm sure he'll be taken care of and be safe. Now, those 2 gun charges that were basically misdemeanors allows them, I'd say about 24 hours where they can dig some more. I guarantee you, since Ron DeSantis has said we're not turning him over to the feds, this guy ain't going anywhere. He's sitting in the Palm Beach County Jail, and he's going to probably be moved to some secure location because Ron DeSantis has said, mine, I'm taking control of this. We'll probably see. Here's what's going to happen too, and this is when you know something is basically BS, because we're going to probably see the federal government go out there. Excuse me, I'm just making sure my computers are all set. You're probably going to see a a lawsuit for custody of this guy. So hold on one second. Let me just make sure that I haven't lost my place here. This thing is going to come on. 7:56. Again, if you guys haven't seen a space, they're kind of weird. They're is it on? Let's see. There's people in it. Okay. All right. So we are listening. Let me make sure I've got sound coming through. Hold on one second. Got to make sure this thing is working. Where is it? Where is it? On here. One second, everybody. Trying to get everything put together. Okay. Where's the volume on this thing? All right. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to be going live in a second. Got to get the volume ready. Talk amongst yourselves for a second here. Okay, here we go. I'm waiting. Okay. Hold on. Getting everything set. And wait 1 second. Okay. All right, so it's playing. I'm waiting for the sound. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got no volume as of yet. They're still setting up. Okay, they haven't started talking yet. As soon as they start talking, we'll bring it on. So he has not started yet. Let me just make sure. I'm gonna check on Twitter, make sure everything's fine. They haven't started talking yet. As soon as they start talking, we'll bring it on. So he me just make sure. All right, so if you hear this thing blast loud, that's because I'm monitoring it in 2 different places to make sure we have the sound as soon as this thing goes live. Okay. Yeah, sound is on. Are you hearing it? Don't hear it yet. DeSantis won't play. They will get this guy. That guy was a tool, too much money for perimeter lying dogs. Yeah, exactly. Big tech will block it again. Not sure. Waiting for it to come up. There's 41,000 people listening, and as of right now, hold on. Nope. No volume as of yet. So it's probably going to come on real loud in a second. Talk amongst yourselves. I started laughing. Dan Bongino called it. He said they would try again. They're probably not gonna stop either. Probably not gonna stop. Barry, he is. I'm playing it. There is no sound as of yet. Nothing on. Are you guys thinking I'm listening here? Have you guys said I haven't seen it? Waiting and waiting. Hopefully, last time he and Elon had such a big problem. He's a co-host. I'm not hearing anything yet. Come on, Don. Let me just check something else real quick. See if I can hear it elsewhere. If I went directly with my computer, do I hear anything? Just making sure we get this live. No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Just went ahead to make sure. So what's going to happen is this thing is going to go live, and then you're going to hear it blast for a second till I get the volume correct. Probably be hacked again. Yeah, I don't know why Elon's probably helping him. The news channels are trying to blame Trump for his own attempt. These people are idiots, absolute idiots. No one has seen Trump since this happened. No, somebody has seen him since this happened, and that person would be Mike, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. So I've got everything set to go. I don't hear the volume going yet. In fact, as I'm looking at it, they're showing that Trump's microphone is actually muted, so he's not started yet. So we're good. We're good. Waiting for it to go live. Wearing headphones don't blow out my eardrums. No, there's sound with me, but he hasn't started talking yet. Barry, it's a crypto interview? No, it's not a crypto interview. This is going to be live with President Trump. There was a crypto thing earlier. Sean Hannity said he talked to him 3 times after the attempt. Yes, I did hear that. But Mike Johnson was actually at Mar-a-Lago. Okay, so we're waiting, and we're waiting. What are we looking at here? They're trying to scare him into dropping out of the race. Not happening. Nope, that ain't going to happen. DeSantis, it's time to actually show us. I'm pretty sure, especially with his somebody just said, yeah, no one's mic is on right now. We got a whole bunch of people waiting, and what'll happen is just let me see if I can show it to you and how it works. You probably can't see it. So this is the space right now, and all these people on the right side are the people who are going to be talking, and as of right now, they have not even turned on their mics. So Donald Trump is the host. Somebody named Farrak is the host, and then Donald Trump is a co-host, and then WLFI. So he's doing this with somebody. What just happened? Let me just make sure. Okay, we're there. Nope, nothing's going on yet. Sounds like they may. I hope, the last time he did this with Elon and it sounded like crap, I really hope that this time they've kind of built the. Oh!
I'm unmuted. Check. Just checking everybody can hear me? Check, check, 1, 2. May I get some thumbs up for the audience? Before you go, just a quick disclaimer. A few quick reminders before we begin. You should think of our conversation.
All right, we got stuff going on.
You are going to hear from a number of speakers, all with their own opinions that may not necessarily represent the views of others or any organizations with which they are associated. You should understand, our speakers have financial interest in some of the items we plan to discuss today in decentralized finance and digital assets generally. Of course, nothing discussed here today should be deemed technical, legal, financial, or any kind of advice. You should always consult your own expert advisors if you're seeking any advice. To the extent there are discussions about future plans, vision, and other forward-looking information, it is always important to remember that all such forward-looking information in the future generally is subject to change, risk, and uncertainties which can change current plans and expectations. Now hold on tight, and we'll be with you in a couple of minutes.
I really hope this isn't a crypto-only thing. Ugh. Come on, Don. Tell me you just didn't come out here with a crypto thing. All right, we'll see. It's overmodulated. Yeah, once it gets fixed, once they get on, I'll go ahead and basically fix it. They give their 2-minute warning. The host, as I'm checking on my phone, Trump's microphone is not live yet. So at least we know we do have sound. I hope it's not just a crypto thing. I really hope it's not. It's way loud. Yeah, I told you that. I told you it was going to be loud when they first came on, because then I've got to go ahead and basically modulate it after that. So don't worry. When it comes on, we'll go ahead and fix it. Yeah, it sounded like a commercial. I pray that's not what it is. Relax, people. It was a test. They just tested, and then I will test as well. If this is crypto, I'm sure a bunch of people are going to drop. This isn't what we're here for. We don't want to hear. Trump will say one word about crypto and do his own thing for the next 45 minutes. That's probably true. That's probably true. Don't worry that it sounded bad. He's on Fox with Hannity tonight. So if he's on Fox with Hannity, maybe we'll keep doing. Back away from the mic. Okay. Here we go. Once they start talking, I will flip it over, and then I will modulate the sound. Here we go. I can hear stuff in my ear. I got my earpiece. So, you should listen. It's a big deal. Yeah, I'm gonna listen. I'll be here. Most of the speakers are crypto. I'm waiting for them to start. Nobody has started yet. Trump still has not gone live with his microphone, but it's going to come on loud because I have no way to know what level the mics are until they start. So breathe, woosah, easy. Let's get this done. I hope it's not just crypto. Like somebody said, maybe he'll talk about crypto a little bit and then move into it, but we shall see. Testing by the Trump NFT. If he was going to do that, I think he should have told people. Yeah, it was a test, they said. Yeah, they did a test. I need a Kamala earpiece. No, I got an earpiece. I don't need an earring. Just waiting for this thing to start. We're good. Yes, it's crypto. WLFI. That's the guy's name who's a crypto host. If this is crypto, let me just tell you this. I will apologize because I didn't know. All it said was live from Mar-a-Lago with President Donald Trump. That's all it said. Everyone thought this was going to be a lot more. Let's see. Give Barry a chance, folks. He'll fix it. Yeah, as soon as they start talking, we'll hear them. But they haven't started talking yet. DeSantis should keep that clown locked up just like the J6 prisoners. Bingo. I'm with you on that. Definitely with you on that. That might just be his canned opening. Very, very well could have been. That could have been his test on his end. If you're going to go live and do something, you got to have an audio test as well. So that may have been his test, and then they'll probably come on and Trump will be talking. Something fishy about these attempts on Trump, especially the first one. It just doesn't make sense how they are letting these people get this close. Yeah, it does. Understand, you're going to have to relax, lower your guard for what you've been taught all your life. You have been taught the FBI, the other three-letter agencies are the good guys. And you're like, doesn't make sense. Well, it makes sense if the three-letter agencies aren't the good guys. If the three-letter agencies aren't working on Americans' best interest, then it becomes a lot clearer. You then begin to see the entire picture. You start to see, okay, they're talking again.
Just checking that we're unmuted again, and we're good to go.
He just gave another test.
Good
Okay.
evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Before we begin, I want to address yesterday's awful events. It is a huge relief to us all that nobody was hurt. And I think that many in the crypto community will agree with me when I say that we're here with you, Mr. President, during these trying times. Your unwavering support for our community has not gone unnoticed, and we're immensely grateful for it. And really, the fact that after all of this, you've chosen to proceed with this interview blows my mind. It speaks volume, Mr. President, and thank you for being here tonight.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate the remarks. It was quite something, but it worked out well, and Secret Service did an excellent job. And they have the man behind bars, and hopefully he's going to be there for a long time. Dangerous person, very, very dangerous person. But I appreciate the comments very much.
Well, I appreciate you for allowing me to interview you in your wonderful Mar-a-Lago home, which is truly an honor, and I'm very grateful for it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Mr. President, I can say that myself, like I was saying, the crypto community and millions of Americans are relieved that you're here with us today after the second attempt on your life at the Trump National Golf Club. It's just horrifying. Can you run us through what happened?
So I was playing golf with some of my friends. It was on a Sunday morning, and very peaceful, very beautiful weather. Everything was beautiful. It was a nice place to be.
Is the volume okay?
Shots being fired in the air, and I guess probably 4 or 5. And it sounded like bullets, but what do I know about that? But Secret Service knew immediately it was bullets. And they grabbed me, and I think probably the other one, Steve is one of the people, Steve Witkoff, a great friend of mine, a great businessman from mostly New York and Florida, great businessman, and more importantly, just a fantastic person. So we're in the group, and everybody we got into the carts, and we moved along pretty good. I was with an agent, and the agent did a fantastic job. There was no question that we were off that course. I would have loved to have sank that last putt, but we decided, well, let's get out of here. And what the gunfire was actually, interestingly, was a Secret Service agent had seen a barrel of a AK-47, which is a very powerful rifle, and he started shooting at the barrel, in the bushes.
Wow.
Could only see the barrel. How good is that, right? But could only see the barrel. Based on that, he started shooting and ran toward the target and was shooting a lot of, those were the shots we heard. The other one never got a shot off. And he ran across the street and grabbed his car, hopped into his truck or car. You wouldn't want to have somebody like that out there.
No.
He dropped his gun, the AK-47. He left his gun. He left cameras behind, left a lot of things behind. So the agent did a fantastic job. The civilian did a phenomenal job. A woman. Who would think you could take 1,000 times like that? How many people would have the brain power to follow him and take pictures of the back of his truck so that they end up getting, and the key was the license. So they got the license, and after they had the license, there's all sorts of technology where they can literally pinpoint where this truck is. I never knew something like that existed. And they pinpointed him on the highway. They got him with a high-speed chase. So they got him. It was amazing. So Secret Service did a great job. And I think I can say honestly, the sheriff's office, law enforcement, everybody really did a great job. Very happy about that.
That's incredible to hear.
Thank you.
And backup question to that second fold is, this was the second attempt in your life in under 2 months. What do you make of that?
Well, there's a lot of rhetoric going on.
Right.
A lot of people think that the Democrats, when they talk about threat to democracy and all of this, And it seems that both of these people were radical lefts. The first one, they should learn more about. They have apps that they haven't opened yet, which is pretty strange. And the father went out and got the biggest lawyer in the state of Pennsylvania, which is pretty strange, about the father of the shooter we're talking about in Butler, the first one. And that's pretty strange. There are a couple of pretty strange things going on there. I can say this, the Secret Service was very brave in the sense that bullets were flying, and when I went down, I purposely went down, I saw what was happening, and people are probably screaming. I'm not sure if I recognized that, but I went down, and Secret Service, they were right there with bullets flying right at them, and they weren't hit, but three other people were, Corey, a firefighter, and two other gentlemen who they thought died. And actually, the doctors in Butler were unbelievable. They saved their lives. And we've actually raised a lot of money for the families, and family of Corey and the two gentlemen. And they both lived. They thought they were dead. The first thing I asked when I came up, I said, how many people are dead? Because we had a massive crowd. And with all those bullets flying, so 3 got hit. But there was a great display of bravery. I mean, it was incredible. Normally, the crowd experts will tell you when they hear bullets, and we heard a lot of bullets going off.
Right.
A crowd this was a massive crowd. You couldn't even see the end of it in a big field. And that the crowd always runs. They call it a stampede, like cattle. I mean, they stampede, and a lot of people get killed when they stampede. But they hear bullets, but nobody ran.
They all stayed.
Tens of thousands of people. Nobody ran. In fact, you can see it in the small group behind me. There was a group of probably a couple of hundred people behind me, and nobody ran. In fact, they're standing up. Some of them are standing up looking for the shooter. The other one has to get credit to local law enforcement. There's a gentleman that shimmied up to the roof, saw the man with a gun, and probably made him go faster than he would normally go, and so he didn't exactly hit the target the way he wanted. There's something going on. I mean, perhaps it's God wanting me to be president to save this country. Nobody knows, but when I made the right turn, it's very unusual because the people weren't on the right. The people were standing out in front of me. When I turned my head at an exact 90-degree angle, the bullet came zooming by and clipped my ear. And the reason so much blood, they told me at the hospital, I said, why so much? The ear is the bloodiest part of the body because of cartilage. He was giving me a whole description. I said, you don't have to tell me, but it was a mess. But amazing bravery shown, amazing talent, like the doctor saving the two men that were hit. They were hit really badly. I won't tell you exactly what happened. They were hit badly. And they both lived. Corey didn't make it. Corey was in bad shape. We had a person from the National Guard about 10 seats over from Corey run to his aid, and he was hit in the head, with all of that, was giving him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation because he was still alive.
Wow.
And people couldn't believe it. They thought it was such an incredible act. Who would do it? It would, just an amazing thing. And we're going to take care of him too, because just the fact that he could do it, and some other people. So it was amazing bravery. There was a mistake made, a bad mistake. That one building was unmanned on top.
Very.
And that was a mistake. There's nothing you can say about it. But that was some crazy day. And then yesterday you had another one with a different result. Actually, much better result, because we lost Corey, and two gentlemen were very badly hurt, but they're in pretty good shape now. Right. A lot of talent. Those local doctors up there had tremendous talent.
Love to hear that. Well, this is more of a personal question.
Okay.
Just turned 30 last week. We were just chit-chatting outside the room here. Young entrepreneur, son, aspiring father one day. Mm-hmm. With all of your success, you have a wonderful family. A couple of your sons are actually looking at us right now. You have a wonderful business for yourself, a wonderful life for yourself. You could be on the golf course without worrying about gunmen coming at you. But after multiple attempts in your life, you're still here. You've already been president of the United States of America once. You're about to be president of the United States of America again.
I hope so.
We hope so. Why do you do this? What motivates you?
So We have a country that's in trouble, a country that I love. I love the people of this country, people like Corey, who were just this massive Trump fan and he got hit. But people like that, they're in love with the country and they hate seeing what's happened to the country when you have 21 million people pouring in from all countries all over the world, from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums. Insane asylums, and they are different. Even prisons and jails, they are different. One's a little more severe than the next. They're coming in as terrorists, and they're coming into our country at levels that nobody's ever seen, and they're taking over our towns, and they're taking over small cities and big cities. I mean, look at New York, look at Chicago, look at LA. Tens of thousands of these people, and they're rough people in many cases. I mean, they are rough, tough people. Venezuela gangs, if you look at Aurora in Colorado, you have a governor that doesn't know what he's doing. He's petrified to be there. He doesn't know what to say. I mean, they're literally taking over real estate. They're becoming real estate developers in a much different way, right? They're taking over buildings. Everyone's afraid of them. And they have a big AK, talking about AK-47s. That's what they have. They carry massive guns. You say, where would they get this kind of power? And they're vicious people. They're gang members from Venezuela, largely, and known as being one of the roughest gangs anywhere in the world. You have MS-13, which is a bad gang, and you have these guys. And we're going to clean them out. We're going to get them out. But the bottom line, just to answer it quickly, I love the country. We're going to make America great again, and we'll be able to do it. We did it once, and we'll do it again, and much easier this time. The border is in much worse shape than it's ever been. This is the worst border there's ever been in any country. They have not done the job that they have to do. I mean, you have Kamala, she was the border czar. I call her the comrade because she's a Marxist. She wants to tax everybody out of business. She wants to raise taxes to 70, 80%. She wants an unrealized capital gain tax, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Nobody's ever even heard of such a thing. And they'll put everybody out of business. We'll end up in a depression if she gets in. And very simply, though, we're going to make America great again, greater than ever before, and I love doing it.
Being from Canada, I can probably relate to what that means.
Yeah. We've got some problems.
A crypto entrepreneur based in Montreal here, so it's it's not always the best feeling as someone who's trying to build something out of nothing here. Speaking of which, I'm wondering now. I know this is quite different, right? But I know many people in crypto feel this way. As we're trying to change the financial system, quite literally, we're trying to change things and make a difference, but it always feels like there's some sort of a force against us. In your case, do you feel similarly that there's a force out there to get you?
Well, you have a radical left force, and we have forces, I say that we have a lot of evil in the world. The world is a nasty place, and you can see that with some of the things that have happened. We've been treated, I think, very unfairly, but I've done so well. It's an amazing country in some ways, but we have evil forces. You have the outside forces with the enemies, and you call them Russia, China, various places. I don't know that they're enemies. I think we'll get along great with China. I think we'll get along great with Russia. I want to get Russia to settle up with Ukraine and stop this. Millions of people being killed, far greater than the number you read about. But I want to get that done before I even take office. I want to get that done as president-elect because it has to be solved. Too many people dying. Too many cities are just in rubble right now. You look at the culture is just being destroyed. Mm-hmm. We got to get that done, and I'll get it done. There wouldn't have been an October 7th. There wouldn't have been Russia attacking Ukraine. There wouldn't be inflation. All this inflation, which has hurt people so badly. You wouldn't have had that horrible type of withdrawal we were getting out of Afghanistan, but with dignity and strength. That was the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And frankly, Russia would have never gone into Ukraine if it weren't for that. They looked at that and they said, this country is no longer run by Trump. This country is run by stupid people. And we have a great military. I took out ISIS in 4 weeks. And everyone said it was going to take 4 or 5 years. I took them out in 4. Our military is great, but you have to have the right leadership running it. So the bottom line is that it can be nasty. But it's only going to get worse. If I don't win, it's only going to get worse. It's going to get really bad. We'll end up being Venezuela on steroids. We'll end up in 1929-type depressions. And we have to make sure that this person doesn't get in. This is far worse than Biden. That was a if you think of it, that was an overthrow of a president. He won. He had 14 million votes. He had no votes. Crazy Nancy Pelosi walked in, and some of the others, and they say, "We want you out." He said, "I'm not going to get out. I want to run." I was leading him by a lot after the debate, but still he had the right to run, and they literally, it was a coup in the truest sense. This was the first coup of an American president, and I think it's, look, I don't say fair or not fair. He was very nice today. He called up to make sure I was okay, to make sure that, do I have any suggestions or anything? We do need more people on my detail because we have 50, 60,000 people showing up to events, and other people don't have that. But he couldn't have been nicer. But I thought he was treated really unfairly. He went through a primary system, he won, and then they threw him overboard. And she got no votes. She got no votes. But she'd be very bad for the country. We have to save our country. We can't play games, and we can't have a Marxist, communist president, because that's not what it's all about. So we're going to do it, and we're going to make our country greater than ever before, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to love your crypto. And as long as you have crypto, you're happy. So I know what makes you happy. Nothing else but crypto.
Yeah, I mean, when the Twitter Spaces was officially announced and that you put the tweet out, a lot of people were like, well, who's this Farouk guy? And obviously, a lot of people started digging into this Farouk guy, and the main reply that was that I'm just this crypto bro. But you know what, Mr. President, I am a proud crypto bro. And it seems like you're starting to become one of us, if not already. I know for a fact that your children are quite involved in the space. I mean, we have Baron, Don Jr., and Eric on the Twitter Spaces right now. Eric and Don Jr. here, who will be joining us a little later on this programming. But get into crypto now, because I already see the people on Twitter Spaces really eager to hear you talk about this. At the recent Bitcoin conference, you mentioned that, and I quote, "America should be the crypto capital of the world."
Yeah.
That was a big statement, and I believe the correct one. So why is it not right now?
Well, I think it will be right now. Right now you have a very hostile SEC. I guess you'd have to say, I don't know, when you say administration, do you call it Biden or do you call it Harris? Nobody really knows what to call it, but maybe we'll say a combination of both. But they've been very hostile toward crypto, toward all of it, and extremely hostile, like nobody can believe. Nobody even understands why. My attitude is different. If we don't do it, China's going to do it. China's doing it anyway.
They are.
But if we don't do it, we're not going to be the biggest, and we have to be the biggest and the best. And, when you look at values, and when you add it all up, the value of this whole thing is bigger than, they were showing me your top 20 corporations and all of this. The numbers are just gigantic. It suffers from some credibility lapses. I mean, some things were done or not done, but it's very young and very growing. And if we don't do it, China's going to do it. If we don't do it, other countries are going to do it. A lot of countries would like to be in a position. We have the advantage because it's us. But you have a big advantage because it's me, because I do believe in it. I also know a lot of friends that are really into it. And my kids, Baron knows so much about this.
Right.
Eric, and Baron's a young guy, but he knows it. He talks about his wallet. He's got 4 wallets or something, and I'm saying, what is a wallet? Explain this to me. But he knows this stuff inside out, and Eric and Don know it so well.
They do.
It's almost like younger people know it a lot better than older people. But I have a lot of respect for them. They've shown great judgment, all of them, and I think you're onto something. You were onto it a lot sooner than most people. It's sort of like it's a fledgling business, and yet it's a massive business, but it has a chance to really be something special. And when I do things, I notice a lot of crypto comes in. People pay with crypto.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't see that even a year ago, 2 years ago. So I think it's really, it's big, and yet it's a fledgling compared to what it will be.
And I love that you're mentioning your children and how Baron is using his wallet. Similar to me, I'm trying to teach my mother how to use it. I send her 1 ETH every Christmas, 1 ETH every birthday, and same for my little Zoomer brother, who probably is in Baron's age category. So has learning about crypto from your children had an impact on you?
Well, it makes it easier, and it's sort of like a language. I have a beautiful granddaughter, Ivanka's daughter, and she is Arabella. She speaks perfect Chinese. Wow. And their other two children, two great young boys, they speak perfect Chinese. They learned it when they were 2 and 3 and 4 from a nanny who was Chinese.
That's impressive.
And she was from China. And she would teach Arabella when President Xi was here.
Thank you very much.
President
That's
Xi couldn't believe it.
Absolutely awesome.
Had
Thank
a
you.
perfect conversation. And I said, so how did she do? He said, as good as any 10-year-old girl in Beijing. I remember that statement. I mean, she speaks it perfectly, but she learned it at a very young age.
Wow.
If you're going to learn, if it's China or Japan or any language,
right.
It's not that easy to do. But as a child, it's almost like a natural. So it's a little bit like that, I think, with crypto. Now, I think crypto is a lot easier,
right,
if you want to know that. But there is a learning curve, and yeah, my kids really understood it, and they understood it pretty much right at the beginning.
Yeah, we were chatting with Eric in the back, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, this is really awesome."
He knows. Yeah.
Well, we're about to hear all about your son's crypto endeavors and how much they know about it, which is really cool. I just came back from Asia. I was at the Korea Blockchain Week and at WebEx in Japan, and over there at the moment, everybody's in Singapore tuning live to listen to us live on Spaces for Token 2049. What's impressive in the East is that crypto is not the future; it's the present. Whereas when I come here in Canada and North, it feels like I'm being taken aback. So the question I have for you, following up on what I was asking earlier, is why is it so important for America to lead in cryptocurrency adoption and innovation?
Well, it's crypto, it's AI, it's so many other things. AI, speaking of an interesting future, it needs tremendous electricity capability beyond anything I've ever heard. It never made sense to me, but this is what it needs. If you take all of the electricity coming out of the U.S., in order to be dominant in AI, you need twice that amount, just for this one thing. Who would think that? You need twice the electricity we already have. And you got to get started. I mean, you have to be, if you're the U.S., you have to get started.
Right.
You don't want to be left in the dust. And China's already building electric plants, and they want to build them for the AI, and it's very important. But you need tremendous electric, and in this country, because of our strong environmental impact statement problems that we have, China doesn't have those problems. They don't do them. They just build. They said, build over here, build over there. With us, you have to go through years. But I'll make it possible to create tremendous amounts of electricity very rapidly. But people don't know that. People don't know that you need double the electricity of what we already have. So you want to get in, whether it's crypto or AI or other things that are coming along, and it's part of the game. We want to have a great country. We want to stay at the top. We're making things now. We're starting, and it started under my administration, that there was no chance of ever even getting involved in for a long time. Right. And we're leading the pack in so many ways. One of the things I'm very proud of is Space Force. We were getting lapped in space by China and by Russia, and now we are the leader in space. And I have to tell you, Elon is doing a fantastic job. He's my friend. He endorsed me for president, so strongly. It was incredible. But he is doing an amazing job with respect to space. When you look up, I think somebody said he sends 90% of the rockets sent up throughout the world are his. Huh. And you got to hand it to him. He's something.
He definitely is. Wish he was here, but at least we're using his. We'll get him. We're definitely using his platform to do so, and I'm sure there's a reason for that. So, to create this future we're talking about, right? There's a lot of American entrepreneurs, founders in crypto that need to sadly leave the country because it feels like at times we're being treated like we're not really welcome to build companies here. The CEO of our company over at Rug Radio was actually debanked earlier last year, but we'll get into that later. Do you think it's important for America to have a legal framework for crypto so that businesses can thrive and survive here?
I do, and they should have certain safeguards too. Maybe somebody would say that's a bad thing to say, but no, it can't be totally freewheeling. And I spoke to some of the big crypto people, they want safeguards, they want certain safeguards. But it's a very hostile environment right now, from what I understand. The SEC has been extremely hostile and really going after people. And I think, frankly, since they heard I was involved, they've treated people much better. Maybe they view it as votes. But people that were under serious investigation for having done nothing wrong are all of a sudden not allowed to go free. And I really believe that's because they see, this is a very big market. This is a very powerful market. Very. So I'm glad I helped. If I helped, I don't know, maybe I didn't. But the SEC has been unbelievably hostile. The one thing you know is that if for some reason bad things happen and we don't win the election, those people that were under investigation and that are free as a bird right now, and people that weren't being looked at in the crypto world, they will be living in hell because it'll start the day after the election if they win. And I view it differently. I mean, I just view it that we have to be the top no matter what we do. Right. Chips or anything else, we were really starting to go with the chips. We have to be number one. And I think AI is really important, but I think crypto's one of those things we have to do. Whether we like it or not, we have to do it.
It's really, really cool to hear it from you in person. We've only heard it on TV, in newspaper, etc. But it feels good to know that a presidential candidate and someone who is already president of the United States of America feel this way about cryptocurrency. I'm sure myself and a lot of people in the industry are relieved to hear that. And now we'll see what the results are in November. But on something a little lighter now, I remember the day your NFT collections came out. That was super cool. So I host a morning show called FOMO Hour with my friend OSF and Mando and now Tyler. And so we were live on air when the link dropped. And so it was the very, very first collection. There was a chance to have dinner with you. And I remember just like scrambling to buy them. We're staying live. We stopped the show live on air to thousands of people like, no, we got to buy these. We're going to buy these. I got to spend $25K on this. Let's go. Right. Let's do it. Which is another cool thing about people in crypto, right? Or there's crypto bros that they call. And so we're trying to buy these things. And it was just so electric and crazy that we actually failed. But hey, I guess that's a good thing because the collection, ended up selling out, and then you ended up doing, I believe, you ended up doing that 3 times over. Can you tell us more about the success that you have had with NFTs, but also did that surprise you?
Well, I got in very late, and NFT was considered cold. I mean, to be honest, it was a cold industry. It had its day a few years before, as you probably know. But when I did it, I said, what do we have to do with anything else? And it's playing cards and some beautiful artwork and other things. And we went out with 45,000 NFTs, and it was amazing. We thought it would take 6 months, maybe a year to sell. It sold out. I don't want to get myself in trouble by saying exactly the first day, but pretty close to it. It was almost immediately.
It was quick.
Yeah.
We failed every transaction.
Right, almost immediately. And then we did a second one likewise, and then we did a third one. And then we just did a fourth one. And I asked the people from the first 3, I said, well, do you want to have us do? Because, they have they have very big pride to start off with. But I said, are you going to, if we do a fourth one, does that affect you and the ones you already own? Because some people bought a lot of them and some people bought one. And they're all very happy, really happy. I said, does it affect you? And everybody, it was like sort of a phone poll, just like, and everybody wanted the fourth one, which surprised me because you would think they wouldn't want the fourth one because maybe it waters down their own pieces that they have. And they did. They wanted it, and they wanted it badly. So we did a fourth and just did it recently, and I think it's just about gone. It's amazing. And one of the things I know, the crypto played a big role because they paid.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we're not getting checks with dollars. We're getting crypto.
It's instant.
Instantly, yeah. It's been... and that taught me a little bit about what you love. It taught me something that was incredible. We did the NFTs. It was so cool. People said, don't do it. You're not going to.
I'm sure.
And we did it, and it sold. Literally, we had anywhere from 6 months to a year, and I think we did it in a day or something.
So it was that. Right? It was quick. Yeah. It was quick, and you know what? It was fun. That's what it was.
It is fun.
It was a lot of fun. So I'm aware that you probably have a million things to get to. So I kind of want to finish off with a couple more questions for you, Mr. President. So first and foremost, were the NFTs a big part of your story of how you came to see the value in digital assets?
A little bit because so many people paid this way. If they would have been paying in dollars, I would have said, that's standard. I would have assumed. And I was blown away. I wasn't overly interested in it, to be honest, but I did ask, like, what percentage was taken between Bitcoin and all of the other things, but through crypto, and it was a massive majority, and I was a little surprised by that. And that was a while ago now, and it opened my eyes. But I think my children opened my eyes more than anything else. And plus, I have a friend on my right who's a very smart guy, and he's not quite as young as his fantastic son, who we were dealing with, Alex, and all of them. But he knows a lot about this stuff for a man of his age. He's still pretty young, but for a man of his age, Steve Witkoff knows a lot about this.
He definitely does. And he's here on your right. We're about to get to Steve Witkoff. And for everybody in the audience right now, if you're listening to us live, hang tight. I have one more question for Mr. President. And then we're going to be joined by Don Jr., Eric Trump, and the World Liberty Financial teams, and Corey and everybody, the advisors around it. So we have quite the programming for you. But Mr. President, one last question that you may or may not have answered with your last answer here is, so if there was one thing that got you to see crypto differently, what was it?
If it was what?
One thing that got you to see crypto differently. What was it?
Well, maybe the NFTs. You sort of brought that up because I was surprised again at the percentage of them that were sold through that form. You could do a new form of currency. You could call it anything you want, but that was. I think it was also the level of enthusiasm that my young sons have for this. Pretty young guys. I mean, one's extremely young and two are pretty young, right? But the level of enthusiasm they have for crypto.
Yeah.
And also, just to add a third element, I have a lot of friends, very smart people, some very smart people, and they're believers. So it means something to me.
Well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Everybody hang tight, please. I will go to Mr. Witkoff in a second, and we'll be joining by the next set of guests. But Mr. President, it's an honor. Thank you for having me. And honestly, the fact that you've done this the day after a second assassination attempt means the world to me. Just a little 30-year-old boy from Montreal that, started from just hosting Twitter Spaces, now hosting yourself. So thank you for allowing me to do so.
Great job. Thank you very much.
All right, so that's the end of the Trump portion of this interview. If you guys want to hear Don Jr. talk and a couple of the other guys, but I just want to explain something because I saw a lot in the comments. I don't need to hear about this. I don't need to hear about that. How do I say this very nicely? I'm not sure if you saw or have been paying attention to something that Elizabeth Warren has been pushing. And the nuts on the left have been pushing. They've been pushing for CBDC. CBDC, write those letters down and go look it up. Because if Kamala gets in office, she is probably going to try her best to push CBDC. And I know there's some of you guys right now are going, Barry, what in the hell is CBDC? Well, if you didn't look it up yet, it's called Central Bank Digital Currency. So let me tell you what CBDC is. They're going to do away with actual ducats. This will be something you can plaster on your wall and just look at it as a souvenir if they go to CBDC. CBDC will allow the government to track every single dollar you spend anywhere. Now, if you think just tracking is all they want to do, well, understand one day you decide you're going to go walk up to someplace and use your credit card, and all of a sudden it goes, nope, we don't think you should be buying that. Oh, Barry, no, that's a conspiracy theory. Really? Really? Think hard about what you're saying to yourself and just disavowing it and saying, no, that could never happen. It's already happening in other countries. Hey, listen, I want a cupcake and pizza, okay? What do you mean, no? Nope, you can't have it. You've had pizza already this month. What? I want that slice of pizza. I want that muffin. Nope. I control what you spend. Can't have the pizza. Let me go to the gas station. I got to fill up. Nope. You've already had too much gas this week. You're going to have to go until next Tuesday because we'll allow you to buy some new gas next Tuesday. If you think that's far-fetched, then you have not been listening to Donald Trump. You have not been listening to a lot of conservative people. CBDC, central bank digital currency, would basically be the end of the United States economy. Somebody somewhere will have the ability to control what you spend, see what you spend, find out where you're keeping things. Every single transaction in your life will now be tracked by the government. Wow, looks like you had a good day today, Joe. You look like you made a couple $100. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and take our 30-40% out right now because we don't want that to disappear. Far-fetched? We've been living in far-fetched. Everything that people would probably say, Barry, that would never happen. Oh, people wouldn't stand for that. They stood for their president getting shot at twice. They stood and watched January 6th happen. They got in line forcefully, some people, to take a jab they didn't want to take or get fired. Don't think it can't happen. Don't think that CBDC is not going to be the end of American economy. It will. I'm not a conspiracy theory. I'm just read up on this stuff. Excuse me. So Trump's out here, and you have to understand the objective of tonight. The objective of tonight was to tell younger people who are in this crypto market, Trump's the guy for me. I don't need Tay-Tay's endorsement. I don't give a crap about Tay-Tay. This guy's going to make this a crypto economy. He's okay with us doing this. He's okay with us secretly moving currency back and forth. Oh, I'm all about that. But the older people, you don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't matter how much you have. It's not an investment. Wake up. It's not something you're investing in. You're moving currency. If you have one of these and it's in paper and you say, you know what? I'd like to move this over into this realm and buy some Bitcoin. You can literally buy Bitcoin or exchange Bitcoin with that. $1. Now you might get 0.0006 Bitcoin, but you still have it. And now it's hidden. Light bulb starting to go off? No? Y'all need to understand this is a whole new world and people need to get with it. Let me see if I can dial up my wallet and show it on television. Where is it? All right. This is mine called Coinbase. I play around with it. I look at it. It's got a whopping $13.27 in it. You know why it's got $13.27 in it? Because I'm taking my time and learning this. I'm an older guy. I'm like, what is this thing? Oh, this is pretty cool. It looks like a stock market. It shows me what goes up and down. I can buy stuff with it. Yeah, maybe I can do it. I got $13 in there. I'm pretty sure every single one of you people watching right now could put $10 into an account and just begin to learn it, understand. The reason why I have $13 in it is on the very bottom. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There are two buttons. One says buy, sell, and transfer. Okay. So I have a guy who works on artwork for me. And this guy happens to live in Belarus. I've never been to Belarus. That doesn't matter. I'm like, dude, how much are you going to charge? He goes, I'm going to charge you $30 to make this picture. What do you want me to do? PayPal? Venmo? What are we doing? Bitcoin. What? So, what do you mean you want Bitcoin? I don't know nothing about this. Well, what you're going to have to do is open up a Coinbase account or whatever wallet you want. You're going to have to transfer some cash into the Bitcoin. Didn't say invest, transfer. Move some cash, take a $20 bill, and open up this account and move it into Bitcoin. Cool, sounds good to me. I'm going to give you my key. And this key is about a 40-digit random number. K7524HLB, hashtag J4724. That's the guy. Doesn't say send it to, Fred over in Belarus, Fred at 123 Ocean Lane. No, it's hashtag 157924-565 _. So I put that in. I click a button that says transfer $30 out of my account over to this guy in Belarus who I don't know, but did some great work for me. Next thing I know, your transfer sent. He is on the phone with me, or rather talking through Google Hangout, and says, I got it. I'm like, that's it? Yeah, that's it. So I just sent you currency that you can use anywhere in the world. And nobody knows that I sent you this money. Nope. And I went, that's friggin' genius. I need to learn this. So a lot of you people in here are like, I'm not interested in doing this. I don't want to do all that. Really? Well, I know as this election gets closer, and if poop begins to look like it's hitting the fan, I'm going to move a lot more than $13 in there. And I'm going to be able to continue having transactions with anybody in the world without the government knowing. How you like that? How you like that? So when you sit here and go, this doesn't make any sense to me, I don't know, you better open an account and play around. Begin looking. Number one, it's fun. You're like, wow, I actually have an account at this thing called Coinbase? That's the one I showed you. There's another one here called Crypto.com. Another one called BitPay. There's a whole bunch of these apps where you can move, not invest, move some of your money into crypto and begin using crypto to transact things. I went to Las Vegas and I was amazed how many different places took crypto. Don't need to know who you are. If somebody hands you a card and says, here's my key, go ahead and key in some, what you need to do, and then send me this. Thank you. Obviously, you better know who you're sending it to because you can't retrieve it. It's gone into the ether. So you got to learn what you're doing. But you'll be amazed how many places out there take crypto. And how many more places are going to take crypto. So the guy that you want to vote for, the man that you stand up to and say, that's the guy I want to vote for, went on this podcast tonight and said, I want to be the crypto president. I want you to be able to transact, conduct business, spend and buy wherever you want, and the government doesn't need to be in your life. Understand what he just said. I'm having to take a little bit of time and break it down to you because I bet you didn't know you could buy a house with Bitcoin. I actually have a video where I was trying to tell people, you can buy a house with Bitcoin. Granted, you better have enough Bitcoin, but there are title agents and attorneys where you can say, I want to buy this house with Bitcoin. You ain't need to know where the money's coming from. It's just going to show up into an account. Now, are there illicit figures out there who could be doing this? Sure, absolutely sure. But Trump wants to be the Bitcoin president. Elon Musk has his own coin, Dogecoin. Look that up. There's a reason why Elon has aligned with Donald Trump. If you're not looking at some of the stuff I've been telling you guys over the last couple months, You know I'm involved with Lear Capital, but I'm also involved with crypto. Why? Because, as I've been telling you, get prepared. God forbid something happens. This man could have been gone yesterday. Gone. And Kamala would have had a free path to the presidency. And then they could have just pushed in CBDC. You looking that up yet? I don't know. Anybody looking it up? Yeah. I didn't know about buying and selling crypto. Elon loves Dogecoin. Yeah, look it up. Go ahead and look at this stuff. Tax free. Somebody. Oh, I got it. Where is that? Where is that? Somebody. Barry, is it tax free? Let me ask you a question. If I sent money to some guy in Belarus, or let's say that transaction was backwards, and he sent it to my Bitcoin account, capital A ampersand pound sign 14265 underscore 94585A. Who would know about it? Your question, is it tax free? Who would know about it? I got a transfer from some guy in Belarus, and it went to my Bitcoin account. Oh, well, we're going to get a warrant and come looking at your Bitcoin account. Oh, really? Good luck. Good luck with that. I'm telling you right now, people in the chat, I'm saying, some people are saying, well, you know what? I thought Bitcoin was bad with the wrong people. That guy, Sam Bankman Fraud, whatever his name was, he got in trouble. He was scamming people. That's why you have to know what you're doing. Don't just send people money or just think something's great and just jump in. Like I showed you, I have $13 in that account. There's no reason why you couldn't open an account with $10. And just learn the system. You're not going to get it overnight. You're not going to understand it. But I think anybody can play with $10, $15. Just try it. You know, like my mom said, these are Brussels sprouts. I don't want that stuff. Just try it. And she was happy. At least you tried it. You didn't just say no. You ate the Brussels sprouts. It tastes like poop. You spit it out, but you tried it. When I met my wife, and Ashley can tell you about this story. We go to lunch in New York City, and Robin takes us to this fondue place. And she's like, you're going to love this. It's just, you take the bread, and you dip it in the cheese, and it's got beer batter. It's just going to taste so good. All right, I'm in love. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let me dip my bread into this thing. Because I was bold, I was in love, and I was going to, basically take a shot. I almost tossed my cookies. It was so bad. But the thing was, I tried it. Ashley tried it. To this day, some 30 years later, we laugh at it because she goes, this is stinky cheese. It was really stinky. But my wife also introduced me to sushi. And here it is 33 years later, and I'd eat sushi every single night of the week. But I wouldn't have even tried sushi if I didn't have someone show me, eat this bait? No, you don't have to eat that. You can have a California roll. What's a California roll? It's got some fake crab stuff in it with an avocado wrapped up in a thing of rice, and, try that. Okay, I'm good with that. I can eat that. That tastes pretty good. I think I'm going to have that all the time. You want to try the raw salmon and all that? Nah, it's slimy. I'm good. But now I can't live without my California rolls. It's one of my favorites. The moral of the story is take 10, 15, 20 bucks, open up a Coinbase account, and just begin playing. Literally playing. Many of you probably been to casinos. You've put $10, $5 in a slot machine. You don't know what's going to happen. I lost it. Let me put some more money. I lost it. You're playing. But this time, you could be learning and become prepared for what may happen. And either way, if she were to somehow be installed as president, you're going to need Bitcoin because they're coming after you with CBDC. And if Trump wins, which we all believe, then he is going to be the crypto president. So why would Trump be steering you wrong? If you believe that Trump is the guy you want as president, if he's the guy that we all say, that's our guy, then that's the guy to listen to. He just came, didn't have to, got shot at yesterday. Oh, by the way, I took some notes. I don't know if y'all was paying attention. Trump said, which is nobody has said, don't know if he was supposed to say this, he said the guy shot at him. That was some breaking ass news right there. He came out and said the guy shot at him. Nobody has said that. No one. So he got shot at again. Or at least as much as he knows, somebody has told him, hey, they shot at you. We were shooting back. We haven't seen the ballistics on the gun. None of the FBI, CIA, alphabet agencies have said anything about this guy actually pulling the trigger. Did Trump just drop some breaking news specifically to you? You heard him say it. And if you didn't, rewind it to about the 38-minute mark. That's when he said it. The guy started shooting at me. His words, not mine. I was like, whoa, hey, whoa. And I wrote it down. He also said that the lady who happened to find this guy and jump in the car, she followed him. It wasn't just a matter of fact that they had to use the eye in the sky. She actually followed this guy. And so, that's pretty crazy. So I'm getting text here. This is probably Ashley. Let me see what you got here. What's going on? Ashley says, AM is the user. Yes, the AM guy, AM woman, Mr. AM, Miss AM, thank you very much for that. $450. I'm going to give you a little wink wink. The mods are going to be really happy with you. They're going to be really happy. I'm blown away. I'll go through all those in a second. Yes, he said, I heard that. Yes, at the beginning. He said the guy shot at him. FBI said the guy didn't shoot. Barry, how about having podcasts to show we older citizens how crypto works? Okay, thank you for the idea. We'll get on that. Maybe I'll reach out to this guy who was on here with Trump and say, listen, you're going to be talking to an older crowd here. And this crowd wants to know, why should we even play with this stuff? Why should we get involved? What does it mean to us? I'll reach out to him right away. How do I email? We're getting a bunch of different emails to hit up me and Ashley and stuff. So I'll have those. But in the interim, there should be an email in the description. Maybe not in this video. I'll put it there. My son opened up one for me. I have no clue how to do it. Yeah, it's not something. Trust me. I'm gonna tell you. Don't get in there and say I'm gonna put like $200 or $300 in there and like play around. No. Put like 15 or 20. That's all you need. You can get your little tiny share of Bitcoin, and then you can just play around. Look at what you can do. Transfer. You will be amazed how many places that maybe don't advertise it will do it. But I'll do that. Can you have different cryptos in one account? Let me see what I got right here in my Coinbase. I think I've got a bunch of different ones. The answer to your question is absolutely yes. So here it shows that $13 that I showed you. And then it here's how much in cash, which is $9.39. And it says crypto, $3.86. And then when you click on crypto, it shows you all the different coins that I have purchased. I've got the Shiba Inu, which is worth $158,951 for one coin. I got a little bit. Then I got Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I have 0.00027 Bitcoin. Big $1.55 of Bitcoin. And then I have a bunch of other ones, little ones that we're just playing around. So the answer to that question is, yeah, you can have a bunch of them in there. Where's Elon's? I don't think I ever bought Elon's. Where am I? I gotta find it. Let me see where Doge is. Doge. See, you can, there's also a search bar at the top, so I can put in Doge. Let me see what he's doing. So I put in Doge, and it's the first one, and you click on it. Let me click on it. Okay, Doge right now. You can see the chart just like a stock chart, and you can see it going up and down. You can look at it from one day, and this is how it looks in a week. This is 1 month view, so you can see how it's moving back and forth. And right now, Doge is 0.09, so it's 9 cents. You can buy it with 9 cents, and that's Elon's coin. 9 cents. You buy 50 of them for $5. I don't want to get, not 50 coins, but, 0.005, whatever it is. So, yes, you can get in very inexpensively. And then just let it sit. I've seen it go up. Some like stuff, it tripled and it just goes back down. And you can at any time transfer it back into cash if you want. Very simple. Very simple. Crypto. Oh, my God, I love you. Oh, man. Somebody's like, hey, listen, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm seeing some naysayers in here, and they're saying that you can't do it. Okay. Okay. Do you have to have a bank account? Hold on. What's this one saying? But anyone cannot use crypto without the mark of the beast. It's a no-win situation. No. If you use a credit card online at Amazon, is it the mark of the beast? I don't have anything. Okay, if you want to go scripturally, we can talk to JJ about that Thursday, but I don't have anything embedded in my skin. So there's no mark of the beast stuff. Okay, come on, people. Come on. What happens if there's an EMP? If the EMP comes and you can't basically access your stuff, then, it's sitting there. It's not gone away. See, that's a different thing. With cash, you don't know what's going to happen. You really don't. I really encourage you to go look up CBDC. Now, somebody had said something you can't afford. Now, I don't think you can say can't afford to. I think you say you can't afford not to. Thanks, Barry. I'll be looking at that you haven't steered me wrong. No, there's no steering. $10. Do away with tomorrow's coffee at Starbucks and open up a Coinbase account and say, let me move $10 into it. You can use credit card. You can tie in a bank account to it. Do whatever you want to do. And then, we can talk about it. And I'm not trying to sell anything. I don't care. You don't have to try it. You don't got to do anything. The only reason I'm even talking about it is because the guy we want as president just did a podcast with some young dudes who are into crypto and said, yeah, I'm going to be the crypto president. I'm like, okay. I trust him. I trust Eric and Don and Barron who put this all stuff together. If Barron and Don and Eric have said, we're going to do something with this Bitcoin, then I'm sure I need to put my faith where I'm putting my faith now. I created an entire channel just about Donald Trump. So the guy who I've created an entire channel from says, hey, I want to be the crypto president. Well, then you know what? Time for me to dust off and learn about crypto. So those of you who are saying, nope, ain't going to do it, not for me, I can't tell you. Yeah, go ahead and look up central bank digital currency. And then when you do, there's some butt puckering going to happen. This gentleman says crypto is the future. I make $4,000 per month on DeFi. See, I don't even know what DeFi is. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look up DeFi and find out what actually it is. I'm scared of someone stealing my wallet. Well, just put in like $10. Play around with it. It has to have a basis. Your basis was $13. It either goes up or down. Remember, Robinhood phony money. No, I started mine with $5, so I've almost tripled my money. So understand that. Yeah, it's just been sitting there for like a year. I put $30 in when I had to pay that guy over in Belarus, but other than that, it just sits there. Just learn it. Trump is on Hannity at 9. Okay, it's 9:08. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull that up. Is he calling in? Because maybe that's what he's doing. I can do these things on the fly here because I got my brand new laptop here. So let's go ahead and see if we can't bring on Trump on Hannity. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right there. All right, so let's see if Hannity is going to be on. Signing in. And I'm going to Fox News. And I'm bringing that up on the screen. Let's see if he's talking to him. You know, is there anything going on here? And right now, Hannity is talking about Democrats who are blaming Trump for his own assassination attempt, which is in and of itself just completely nuts. They're blaming him for this. So I've got this on, and if you guys want to hang out, if he comes on, we'll go ahead and click over to it. I'm all set. I'm all ready. Hannity is doing his monologue. He's 10 minutes in. If he brings on Trump, we're gonna hear it. You ready for that? That's how I roll. I can put that stuff together pretty quick. So I'm looking to see if he's going to bring him on, but we'll see. Let's see. CBDC, and you're under control. Absolutely. CBDC is turning money on and off at the government's whim. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. You know, if what's her name, Elizabeth Warren's involved, that okay, wait a minute, I'm looking. It says breaking news, not yet. Does it gain interest? It's sort of like, how can I say this? Depending on what you put it, where you put it, meaning there are so many things you can purchase. So if you wanted to buy stock with Bitcoin, you could buy stock with Bitcoin. So, you know, depending, I'm just learning the coins right now myself. I'm not doing anything else but learning the coins. Now, you know, with Elon and being, you know, what he's going to be doing with Trump, I think I'm going to go ahead and get some Dogecoin. Let's see what else we got here. How many Gen X? Yeah, I don't know Gen X's from Gen Z's to everything else, but my friend had $100 in a crypto wallet. Oh, wait a minute. This is Trump on X earlier, so he's talking. They're showing what you guys just saw. My friend had $100 in a crypto wallet, and the government knew. Well, that's because he was probably using, depending on where he was spending his money. Okay. I need to learn more because my great-grandson wants his birthday money in crypto. What am I talking about? Maybe my grandson wants his birthday money in crypto. That might be the way these young kids are speaking. In any event, this was genius of him to speak to the crypto bros. The guy's a maniacal marketer. Just gets done getting shot at, as he said. And what's he do? He does a podcast with the crypto bros. And these crypto bros are going to vote for him because he is going to be the crypto president. He didn't need to go on MSNBC. He doesn't need to go on CNN. The hell with you people. You people suck. You're cheating. Excuse me. We know you're cheating. And so I'm not doing any more debates. I'm not going to call Tay-Tay for an endorsement. I'm going to go talk to the Christo Bros. Now here's something else you may want to think about. I said we trust Donald Trump, right? Right? You should be nodding your head. Yes, I do. If you trust Donald Trump trusts his sons and his daughters. Barron is behind the scenes orchestrating so much of this. Hey, Dad, you need to talk to these guys. Hey, bro, Eric, you need to tell Dad he needs to get in here. Yo, Don J, Little Don, you need to talk to Big D. Let him know. So if the whole family is working behind the scenes and all these interviews that Trump has had with these, now the crypto bros and the Latin singer and all these people that most of us went, who? Who is that? And they've got 20 gazillion followers and they don't play a guitar or anything? Wow. Who? Amber Rose? Amber Rose from Pennsylvania, who's basically, I don't know if she's got an OnlyFans or what, but Amber Rose speaks at the RNC? These people mean something. These people have massive followings. I won't even entertain that. Barry said so they think that Vance is the one that leaked where Trump would be yesterday. Sorry, no. Come on, man. Come on. Don't do that. Isn't the Bitcoin ledger? I'll have to ask about that. I can tell you this, that I've never, well, I only got a couple bucks in there, but no big deal. Boy, isn't he so talking about Barry? I'm trying, man. I'm trying to let people know there's things. I don't care, and I'm not pushing it. Do what you want. Nobody is going to break your arm and tell you you have to get into Bitcoin. You didn't hear Trump say you got to do it. You heard the other kid go, it's the future, and then Trump corrected him. What did Trump say? No, Trump said it's now. Trump corrected the crypto bro, and said, no, it's not the future, it's now. So you can do what you want. I really have no skin in the game as to what you do. All I'm just doing is following up upon his podcast. A lot of people were asking, what's this Bitcoin stuff and why is Trump talking about it? I'm not interested in it. And I'm like, do you even know what you're not interested in? Do you even know? Now you know. Go do your homework. All I can do is bring you the information, do my best to explain it. Somebody asked me to get some crypto bros on here, and I will. I'll do that. I'm just plain retarded when it comes to financing. I just keep cash in a box. Oh, so you like Fani Willis? I thought she said you had to be black. That's what us black people do. We keep cash in a box. I'm just kidding. Safe, and you actually know where it is, as long as nothing happens to your house. Absolutely. Do like the bikers do. Put your chain on your wallet. Yeah. I'm so angry at Social Security, FBI, embassy is crap. Yeah. Secret Service. I'm sorry. Trust his choices and people he's surrounding himself with. That's the thing I keep looking at. The man knows what he's doing. I have complete trust in Trump. He's not going to stop doing rallies. He's got one tomorrow. I hope you guys join me. What time is that tomorrow? Just so I know. It's not a rally. It is a town hall meeting. So 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Trump's going to be doing a town hall in Flint, Michigan. Obviously, it's a town hall, so that's going to be an indoor event. So tomorrow night, 6:30. I won't be doing a 7 o'clock show. I'll be doing a 6:30. Use a Trezor, not a ledger. Trezor is open source. Ledger is private code. See what I mean? You need to talk to the bros that are in this. They will tell you. I can tell you a Trezor from a Trezner. But there's information that these people have that I don't have, that you don't have. And at this point, you need to talk to the 30-somethings and go, hey, man, what is this all about? Put it this way. If it's being used by some of the illicit people in the world to move money and currency around, that should tell you something right there. That it might be out the reach of certain prying eyes. Because I know for a fact that a lot of these people who are doing some of these illicit activities are doing it with Bitcoin. Educate yourself. Crypto has been around for a while. It's not something new. Yeah. Never buy a hardware... What's this? Never buy a hardware wall secondhand from eBay or Amazon. Always buy directly from the manufacturer. Creative Margie says, as far as this being tracked, I do know that the government was trying to track it, but I don't know if they succeeded. I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is that Trump, it wants to be the crypto king. Having no control over your money is frightening. Well, then you better look up what CBDC, and that'll make you I'm telling you, that's going to scare you. Research is free. Bingo. The crypto sites pay you to learn too. At least look. I would never want to be in a position where I don't even want to hear from people. Talk to me. Okay, now I make my decision based upon, or I do my own more research. Right now I'm in the process of buying an investment property. And everything that goes into buying this investment property, I don't need no appraisal. I don't need the appraiser to come tell me what it's worth. I know how to do my research. I can go through the house and see, oh, it needs a new roof, it needs this, it needs that, it needs a new kitchen, it needs that, boom, to boom, to boom. I can eyeball it. I've been doing it long enough where I walk into a house and I can basically see everything because I know it. I've learned it. At that point, I'll say, I'll give you this much money and we'll do a transaction. Learn what you're going to be doing. Bitcoin and crypto are not ran by any government or bank. Correct. I'm starving. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. The only reason I'm hanging in here at this point is I'm looking to see if Sean Hannity, I'm looking at it, it's 9:20, and to see if he indeed is going to bring Trump on. Right now he's talking to, I think it's Steve Witkoff, who was the guy with Trump. Maybe we should listen to see what Steve has to say. I don't know how much longer he's going to be on here. Let's listen to what Steve has to say. Let me see if I can push this over.
The other people, there were plenty of civilians, by the way, staffers from his office, people who care about him just as much as I do, 2 other friends of his. So there could have been a lot of really serious damage out there, and there wasn't. And I'm grateful to that agent who interdicted, and that entire team.
I'm grateful for all of the heroism you're describing. I do not want to minimize that in any way. I do think that something did go wrong on the outside of that perimeter, by that wooded area, by that fence. I think they have to look into that. I think Eric, who will join us next, agrees with me on that part. The fact that you've been willing to share what is great heroism with us is greatly appreciated. I'm glad you're safe. The president is safe. I'm glad all the agents are safe. Anyway, Steve, thank you, sir. We appreciate you being with us.
All right, so Trump is not coming on. Eric Trump is coming on. So Don's not coming on. He would have been here already. Barry, my podcast equipment. Okay, I'm going to start a faith-based podcast. God bless you. God bless you. Let me know if you need any help. If you want to email me, go ahead and email me at that email address. That'd be great. What's the difference between Bitcoin and crypto? The difference between, and any of you crypto bros on here want to tell me, the difference between Bitcoin and crypto is like saying, what's the difference between a Corvette and a car? Because that's pretty much what I understand it to be. Crypto is what the industry is. Bitcoin is one of the tokens, one of the tools, one of the coins. There are many, many, many different coins, but they're all cryptocurrency. I think I said that right. Any of you guys tell me if I did that wrong? Google has removed all of the videos about the pets being eaten in Springfield. They're saying it's not true, just wondering. What do you expect them to do? There's a reason why I didn't show any of that stuff. I knew that would be coming. Because once they got the guy from the city office to say it never happened, that's all they needed. They just needed a reason to say, okay, it didn't happen. We're going to take down all these videos. I think sometimes some of these YouTubers are really stupid. They get out here and they try to do things for clicks, try to see if they can get some views, and so they'll put some of the most outrageous stuff out there, and then when their channel gets booted or their video gets taken down, the first thing they do is go to Twitter and go, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. My First Amendment free speech, and they just took down my video. You're stupid. If you don't know how to play the game, and many of you who have watched me for quite some time know I have to change language, I can't say certain words, I already know it. I'm not here to try and challenge the Big G. The Big G has laid down the wood and said, do this, or we're going to smack you upside the head. And so at this point, I don't want to be smacked upside the head, so I do what they say. You see me, run around and try to not make sure I don't even hear 3 seconds of Lee Greenwood's song, because if they hear it, they're going to smack you. They got algorithms. They got these spiders that run around the internet. Oh, you let that song play. Oops, we're going to spank you. Okay. Let's hear what Eric has to say. All right. I'm okay. If you guys want to hear what Eric has to say about things, it's still running. We'll put him on. We'll hear what Eric Trump has to say. I got no problem with that. You guys want to hear it? Thank you, Nurse Jeff. Crypto is safe. So somebody, let's hear. DJ Nuff said, crypto is safe. I use it at the grocery store. DJ Nuff said, how old are you? How old are you, and when did you start getting into crypto? Yes, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, exactly, like Dogecoin, exactly. Gugu is a censorship king, and I'm telling you, if they ever took off the shackles and let us talk, it would just be so much fun, so much fun. Barry Megan says, nope, not gonna say it because they don't let you say it. Vivek is going to Springfield this week. Now that should be interesting. What are they going to do when Vivek goes to Springfield and he actually has a crew with him and they're taking pictures and they're actually talking to people? That's going to be a big challenge, because now if you talk to, Susie Woozy, and Susie Woozy says my little mittens got taken to the shed and did something with it, how can you not report that? See, the city mayor or manager, whatever, said it didn't happen. So now, we have to know. I just tried to sign up with Coinbase, but they want to know what my business. I don't have a business. I'm retired. Okay, well then choose retired. It's just that simple. Or make one up. Nobody cares. They're doing that for marketing reasons. Yeah, I own a pizza shop. Okay, that's what I do. Okay. They're trying to categorize people so they know basically what ads to send you and what you might be interested in. So just pick something. They don't care. They're not like they're coming to your house and going, you said you want a furniture store and you don't. No, that ain't happening. Just do it. Rumor is floating around. Rumors. Yeah, I've heard that too. It's just blah, blah, blah. People like to talk crap. Yeah, Hannity is the rat on Trump. I heard that too. But you know who the rat is? I'm sure Trump's got a certain amount of people. And I think tonight is pretty much going to eliminate that, because his son is coming on. His son wouldn't be coming up next if they felt that he was the guy to put his father in danger. There are going to be a certain amount of people. Trump knows who he's talked to. Trump knows when he decided to pick up those golf clubs and say, hey guys, let's go over to the course and play. He's going to know who was in the room. He's going to know who talked. He's going to know what Secret Service guy was involved. And he's back from break. And so let's figure out. And he started, okay, here we go. Let's talk.
With us. Eric, I want to be very clear, as I was with Steve. I cannot praise the agents around your dad enough for their heroism. They dove on your dad. They did everything right. They got him out of there quickly. The one agent that just happened to see the barrel of this gun, amazing work on that agent's part in every way. Probably, it sounds to me, your dad was within seconds yet again of being assassinated. That's how I read this. The question I have for you, and you happen to be a marksman that can hit a target from a mile away. I know how skilled you are. You shoot with the top shooters in the country. My question for you is, how is it possible this treed area where your dad was playing at this time, by the 4th, 5th, 6th hole over there, is well known for where paparazzi get pictures and videos of your dad playing golf? It's they hide in the bushes and they get the pictures. And what I don't understand is why anybody from getting into that area after it was swept. That to me is a massive security failure. Your reaction?
Well, Sean, my reaction is it feels like deja vu. It feels like 5 weeks ago you and I are having the exact same conversations we're having today. Let me just be very clear. They are trying to kill the man. They are trying to kill my father. They are trying to kill the 45th president of the United States. We've seen 2 attempts on his life in the last 5 weeks. And I agree with Steve 100%. The Secret Service men and women, I knew the people on stage in Butler, and I knew many of the people that were on the ground, literally 2 days ago. I mean, I know these people. These are the greatest people you'll ever meet. These people will take a bullet from my father. They'll take a bullet for any side. That's their job. They love their job. They're incredibly good at their job. And if I could give that age...
Stream.
Big Eureka bushes. If I could give them a big hug, I would do so right now, because there's no question that person saved lives these days. At the same time, I agree with you 100%. I mean, what's happening with the perimeter to these sites? How can that possibly happen? I mean, you're showing a picture on TV right now of an AK-47 with a scope, and a former president and very likely future president, based on the poll numbers and everything else, who was less than 300 yards away. I mean, one bullet. This country, the history of this country changes forever. One bullet. The way the U.S. is perceived changes in... When can we finally get our act together? And so, those agents on the ground, they are remarkable. They are remarkable, and thank God they were there and the way they respond. But there is a breakdown at some point. There has to be. I mean, this is 2 assault rifles within 300 yards of the president, the first one being 130 yards of the president, in a 5-week period of time. And there's only so many chances in the world that you get. There are only so many lives that you're given. And, just... God bless. What happens if the agent would have missed that little skinny rifle barrel popping through a fence? I mean, what happens if they just would have been looking the other way? What happens if a bird would have flown overhead and distracted them in some way, shape, or form? The future of this country could be very different. I mean, so Sean, I am so grateful in so many ways to them. Some of my closest friends. At the same time, on the perimeter, somebody is letting those incredibly brave agents down, because this cannot happen. And just remember one other thing. I mean, the reports just came out that it looks like that person, based on their cell phone records, started showing up in that location at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Told you.
1 o'clock. I mean, that person had been there for, close to 12 hours at that point? It's incredibly disconcerting. It's concerning for the country. It's concerning for the hundreds of millions of Americans who would march to the end of the world for a man that they love, a man that they adore, a man that's leading the race for 47th president of the United States. And it's definitely deep concerning for, for his family and for guys like me who love him deeply.
I agree with you, and I agree with Steve. The agents around your dad, there are no better people on the face of the earth. I completely agree. However, that area that is wooded, and I listened to the head of the Secret Service very closely today, and he was praising not only those agents, but praising the whole operation as if it was a great success. I don't view it as a success if somebody with an AK-47 and a scope is 300 plus yards away from your dad, because that is a layup or a 1 foot putt if you're a shooter. And so the question is, why wasn't that wooded area swept? We need an answer. And why weren't there agents on Congress Avenue that were monitoring to make sure that nobody went into the treed area where they would, and bringing a gun, no less, in there with them? That, to me, is where the failure went, where the failure happened. And this is very similar to what we have learned out of Butler, is it not?
Very similar.
I agree with you. I don't think it's a success having a assault rifle 300 yards away from the president. I've shot since I could walk, Sean. It's something I know very, very well. It's probably something I know better than most. I did it competitively. I did it pretty much all the disciplines. A 300-yard shot is a layup shot with a modern-day scoped rifle. It is a layup shot. It's a shot that will be made every single time. The shot in Butler, Pennsylvania was a 130-yard shot. That's a shot that my 6-year-old son could make every single time. Sean, these are layup shots, and it's incredibly disconcerting that is happening. I agree with you 100%. You're right. The agents on the ground were incredible, and it was a success for them, and they should be hugged, and they should be complimented because, again, they saved lives. That one agent who saw the barrel saved lives. You better believe it. They saved lives. They should get every award, every commendation, every raise. But there is a problem if they're leaving a perimeter at 300 yards insecure around. In a way,
can you argue that the fact that he saw a barrel of a gun through a fence in a treed area was maybe a little bit lucky, and that we can't rely on luck, that we have to rely on sweeping any area within any perimeter that would allow somebody with a scoped rifle that close to your father or to any elected politician for that matter? This is not a political issue.
Sean, of course it was lucky. You know how much vegetation we have on golf courses?
It wasn't luck.
You know, it's kind of what we're known for, right? Having some of those lush, beautiful golf courses, right? To have a little pencil barrel that's, you know, 750 thousandths of an inch effectively going through a plant. Yeah, that's that's pretty damn lucky in order to see. And again, thank God that they did. So I agree with you. Do I think it's as a son? Do I think it's a glowing success? The agent certainly there. Certainly the agent that saw that barrel, absolutely glowing success. The people that got my father off that golf course, absolutely glowing success. The fact that a person in the middle of the day was able to camp out, you know, on a perimeter of a golf course, you know, looking inward on him, no, that wasn't a success at all. And as a son, I have to say, I'm sick and tired of having this conversation. You and I had this conversation 5 weeks ago. This exact same conversation under the same circumstances. It's disconcerting. You only have so many lives. And Sean, I go back to the fact, that man right there, that man is a hero to so many Americans. This is a guy who saved this country. This is a guy who spent the last decade fighting tooth and nail under the most unthinkable attacks to save the country, against his own comfort, against his own, you know, family's interest, against his business issue. They tried to take him down. They tried to throw him in jail. They tried to bankrupt him. They tried to separate his family. They tried to take him off the ballot and subvert democracy in this country. They've done everything they could. They tried to impeach him. They took down his friends. They did everything. Yet that man right there is still fighting. And I expect him to be protected. I expect him to be safe. This country expects to have democracy. And then I get to hear Kamala Harris at a debate say that man right there, who's the most brave person I've ever met, is a threat to democracy. You know, Sean, the bullets are only going one way. It's really interesting how that works. Why is it that man right there is taking every bullet literally and figuratively? He's taking every bullet from a weaponized system. He's taking every bullet from a gun. And guess what? The media sweeps it under the rug. You know, I heard an interesting statement the other day. It was actually a meme the other day on social media that the Will Smith slap got more attention than Butler, Pennsylvania. And I think that's close to being true because the mainstream media swept it under the rug as quickly as they could and moved on to their next shiny ball to try and promote either Joe Biden at the time or Kamala Harris, which they do every single time. I mean, why is this person literally the punching bag for absolutely everything? And then you hear Kamala coming out and saying, yes, you know, Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. The only threat to democracy is the people who are trying to kill that incredible man right there. Again, somebody loved by the entire country. And, you know, they've got to tone down that rhetoric. The whole, you know, Joe Biden, we're going to put a bullseye on Donald Trump. That has to end. The Maxine Waters comments, they have to end. The mainstream media who goes after him every single day, it has to end. They are creating a culture of hate in this country. And you know what, Sean? If we ever lost one of our leaders, if we ever lost a presidential nominee, a former president, we'd look like a third world country. It cannot happen in the United States of America. They have to get the resources to keep our political leaders safe. We have to do a better job. We cannot have a third incident. There will not be a third incident. We cannot have this conversation again, Sean. You and I have had too many of them.
Oh, well, I agree. And there are so many good people in law enforcement, including the Sheriff's Department and the Palm Beach Police Department. They did an amazing job. But that area needed to be swept, and we've not gotten an answer. Eric, we're glad your dad's okay. Thank you for being with us, and I don't want this conversation again either. Now, in the hours after the news broke, well, predictably, the left-wing state...
All right, so Trump himself isn't going to be on. He sent his son over there. Message taken. Understood that. It is what it is. All right, so everybody, I got a show tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and then at 6:30, we're going to go with the town hall from Flint, Michigan. Thank you guys for tuning in. And do yourself a favor. Just go ahead and start looking up information on CBDC, so it'll terrify you. Look up what central bank digital currency really is. Look what they're trying to do, because you may not have heard it before. You know, I don't know what channels you watch. I don't know who you listen to. But I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to scare you. I want you to go look up central bank digital currency and find out what could happen if the left gets their way and they institute central bank digital currency. You will be frightened to the point where people tonight who said, I don't really understand this crypto stuff, I'm not going to get involved. No, I'm not going to buy any gold. You're going to be sold on your own when you see where they're headed should she be installed. She ain't going to win. Should she be installed? We were one bullet away twice now from her having a clear path. I urge you, I compel you, do something. Get prepared. Shit's kind of squirrely. Thanks for tuning in on tonight. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. and then 6:30 we're going to cover the town hall. Oops. Wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Don't. Hey, wait. I forgot. I have to do my thing and thank all these people. So I never want people to think I take any of this stuff for granted. And if you want a bolt, that's fine. But me personally, I'm going to go through and talk to these people who use their hard-earned money to support this channel. So without further ado, let me go here and get some of this stuff in place. Let's go. Let's talk. All right, here we go. Thank you to Eddie Lamprecht. Thank you, Debbie Etheridge. Is Robinhood a good platform to buy crypto on? I don't know. I haven't used it. I use Coinbase and crypto.com. I just don't personally know enough about that, so I would basically refer you to one of the people here in the forum, in our chat, who are actually people who use these things. Just learn. Thank you for NJ Sound. Thank you very much. Lucy O'Connor, NJ Sound twice. Thank you. Check out Captain USA Music Trump Anthem. Okay. Just another knucklehead. Thank you. No tax on personal protection. That would be a great one, right? No tax on bullets, no tax on ammo, no tax on, the actual weapon. Yeah, I'd be for that. There's an FBI spy in his camp, Ronnie says. No way these lunatics can just guess where President Trump will be. No, somebody knew. Barbara Farley. Barry, how long do presidents get to use Secret Service, preferring to Obama? Secret Service is supposed to extend for the life of the president. So he should, but that's the problem. They're saying, oh, he's not the president. He doesn't get the full Monty. We just got him with a couple guys. And at this point, that ain't going to work. They need people here. Mike McCarthy, got my things loaded. Thanks, Barry, for your commitment. Thank you. Alfred, Ripa, inside job all the way. Glenn, thank you very much. Pam Costanja, thank you, Barry, for your hard work and dedication. Okay. Mark Pointer, article on Fox News, the U.S. job market is booming, but only if you're an illegal. Sorry, newcomer. I think JD is right. 12 hours at a golf course, something stinks. You're right. Ronnie, these people are all assets. Go look up Born Identity and Treadstone. Just another knucklehead. Mike Baker, we need some waterboarding interrogation. Trump him. How did we get away after they took shots at him? How'd they miss? These guys are trained snipers. Doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Naomi. Clarence Wilkerson. What's that? 250. I'm not sure what currency that is, but thank you. Oh, from the Philippines. Thank you. We love your show and knowledge. Keep your awesome work, brother. Thank you, Clarence. Joyce, thank you very much. Miss Fabulous. Barry Roth was in a Black Rock commercial like Crooks. Weird stuff happening. Very, very weird stuff. Lisa King, fight, pray. Especially pray, yes. Tiny 2.0, do you think SBC will keep women agents on him? Do you think that the Secret Service will keep women agents on him? I don't know. At this point, if I were Trump, if I were him and I have the money, I'd call Blackwater. Call Eric Prince. Let's just do this, man. I can't deal with this. My wife, Robin was talking to me. She goes, could you imagine what's going through Melania's head at this point? Every time your husband leaves the house, you're like, oh, man. I hope he gets home. God, please bring him home. Westby Plain. My kids' schools have been threatened with shootings every week for a month now in Indiana. This is an orchestrated chaos because they're losing. This current threat for tomorrow was over Snapchat. Wow. Thank you, Susie. Grandma Lynn, thank you. Hit this thumbs up for Barry. Thank you. NJ Sound again, thank you. Listen to Captain USA Mute. Why don't you send... I think somebody sent me a song. Was it you that sent me a song? Send me it. I'll play it. As long as you give me the permission to play it. Papa Barry, here to man play it. Thank you, Chris. J. Knack. Barry, keep up the good work. Creative Magic. Margie. Thank you, Barry. All you got through to inform us. No possible way to thank you enough. Thank you very much. Thank you. Carrie the Cat Mom. This is awesome. Really showcases his ability to learn and comprehend. It also highlights his wide range of knowledge. It sure does. Janice Wilson, when Trump wins, do you think the Dems will vote against installing him as president? I think they'll do every possible thing. Everything. But it does have an end. It's going to expire. Mustang Junkie Garage, thanks for what you do, Barry. God bless you, your family, President Trump, and our country. After recently retiring, after 26 years in the military, I think I can say only God can save us. And you may need to arm up. I understand there's a lot of veterans that are saying, I'm heading to Mar-a-Lago. John Parr, Trump cannot be taken out. He has divine protection, just as George Washington did. Michelle in Michigan, if you're a believer, what do you think the Antichrist's buying and selling system is going to be? A version of CBDC. Black Yellow Flash. Barry, I read it and want no part. Yes, CBDC is a regulated, centralized digital form of a country's currency issued by the central bank and controlled by the government. It's micromanagement on steroids. I'm telling you, as Black Yellow just said, and I've told you, go look it up yourself. You are going to be terrified thinking, wait a minute, you're going to control or even have the ability to control where I can spend my money? You can get into my account? Don't even need a warrant? Yeah, central bank digital currency. Yeah. Ronnie, let's not forget, Revelation talks about one world currency. We need to start learning and pay attention, not making it easier for the beast. I agree. Debbie Etheridge, what's the best crypto to use? I'm not there yet. Obviously, the most popular is Bitcoin, but there may be some people in here who tell you otherwise. I'm going to get some crypto bros on here on this show. We almost learned self-custody using hard wallets. Okay. Claire, thank you. DJ Nuff said, yes. Eddie Lamprecht, Debbie Etheridge is Robinhood. You asked me about that earlier. They dropped the ball. Simple. The guy was in the bushes, man. DJ Nuff said again, and I'm 45, wish I'd happen. Okay, DJ Nuff said, I'm 45, I'd asked him how old he was. I had listened 8 years ago when Bitcoin was $5,000, now it's worth $58,000, but I didn't listen. You and me both. People told me, get in it, get in. And I'm like, nah, it's Bitcoin. I don't know, what am I going to do with Bitcoin? And it was so cheap. I think I saw it was like $3,500. And now one coin is worth $58,000. There's a reason. And assuming Cummins, we go Barry Trump and Patriots praise. Jesus Trump is safe from NC. To Robin and Ashley, thank you very much. And to AM, I think it was going too far, but AM with a $450 donation tonight. Thank you very, very much. Don't take this thing lightly whatsoever. Thank you, Lord, for people like all of you. Not just AM, but all of you for watching. 2 o'clock tomorrow, and then 6:30 p.m. we've got the town hall from Flint. Check me out then.